Hello, my name is Heather Fannett, and I am a student teaching candidate at Grand Canyon University, and today I will be doing my IEP mock meeting for the purposes of keeping the student's information confident. The name of the student has been changed. The meeting will be taking place at the school in the teacher resource room. The date is April 22nd, 2022 at 2:15 p.m. The student's name is Jane Doe, and she is a third grade student. Hello, good afternoon. Today is the annual review of Jane Doe's IEP review. All in attendance today are Jane's parents, her general education teachers, her special education teacher, and me as the student teacher, intervention reading specialist, a school administrator, the school psychologist, speech therapist, and the student will not be present at the meeting today. Today we will be reviewing current levels of performance, evaluation and assessment, identification of strengths and areas of need, develop new IEP goals and objectives, determine services and supports, placement discussion, and any other additional questions, and finalizing and signing the IEP. So first we will go to the section for special instructional factors. Does the child have behavior which impedes his or her learning and the learning of others? No. Does the child have limited English proficiency? No. Is the child blind or visually impaired? No. Does the child have communication needs required for the deal of hearing impaired? No. Does the child need assistive technology devices or services? No. Does the child require specially designed physical education? No. Now for her profile section and reviewing her academic progress. Jane is currently on a reading improvement monitoring plan to help her reading skills. She is currently not on track for phonological awareness, phonics, vocabulary, fluency, and comprehension. Jane is currently on a second grade reading level and second grade math level based on testing results from iReady and MAP testing. For the section of extended year services, has the team determined that ESY services are necessary? No. Will the team need to collect further data and reconvene to make determination? No, we will not. Next section, we will be talking about her measurable annual goals. First, in reading, her present level of academic achievement and functional performance. Jane can identify all letter sounds. She can sound out CVC words such as cat, bat, and blend them together. She does demonstrate difficulty in decoding, specifically with digraphs and word attack skills, which impact her ability to read fluently and comprehend. Digraphs including sh, ch, f, w, and th. When given words with digraphs, Jane struggles when sounding out words such as the word path. Jane will sound out individual sounds and not segment the digraph together. When reading a second grade passage with digraphs, Jane currently reads the digraphs with 0% accuracy. Her typical same-age peers is expected to read with 80% accuracy and fluency to support comprehension. So her measurable annual goal By the end of the IEP, when given a second grade passage with diagraphs, Marley will read the diagraphs 80% accuracy 2 out of 3 times. So each 9 weeks, we will improve her objective benchmark by adding the first 9 weeks. She will be able to do sh and ch with 80% accuracy 2 out of 3 times. Second 9 weeks will work with f and w diagraphs with 80% accuracy 2 out of 3 times. By the end of the third 9 weeks, she will be able to read words with diagraphs with 80% accuracy 2 out of 3 times. By the end of the IEP period, when giving a second grade passage with diagraphs, Jane will read the diagraphs with 80% accuracy 2 out of 3 times. Her next measurable annual goal in social emotional area. Her present level of academic achievement and functional performance in this area. Jane follows directions given by adults. She typically has no problems following directions or interacting with her peers. However, Jane has difficulty completing homework, staying organized, and studying. Focusing and listening are also areas of deficit for Jane. She needs to be able to control and direct attention to the demands of a task and stay on task at hand even when distracted. Jane shows on-task behavior for 20 minutes in a 30-minute observation. A same-aged typical peer shows 25 to 30 minutes of on-task behavior in a 30-minute observation. By the end of the IEP, Jane will demonstrate on-task behavior 30 minutes in a 30-minute observation 2 out of 3 times. So her objectives, by the end of the first 9 weeks, Jane will identify 3 out of 4 regulation strategies for on-task behavior 2 out of 3 times. By the end of the second 9 weeks, Jane will apply self-regulation strategies for on-task behavior for 10 minutes in a 30-minute observation 2 out of 3 times. By the end of the third 9 weeks, Jane will apply self-regulation strategies for on-task behavior for 20 minutes in a 30-minute session observation 2 out of 3 times. And by the end of the IEP, Jane will demonstrate on-task behavior for 30 minutes in a 30-minute observation 2 out of 3 times. On to her description of specially designed services. Jane will receive direct instruction in small group no more than 4 in reading fluency, specifically with diagraphs using teacher modeling and repeated practice. This will be with the intervention or reading specialist in a resource room outside of the classroom. Jane will also receive one-on-one direct instruction in self-regulating behaviors to stay on task with guided and repeated practice with teacher modeling, verbal prompts, and redirection. This will also be with the intervention or reading specialist in the resource room out of the regular classroom. Her reading will be once a week for 20 minutes. Her social emotional will be twice a week for 20 minutes. And again, that's outside the regular classroom. Does the parent have any questions so far? Okay. Moving on to her accommodations. She will receive extended time, 2 times that of her peers for all assignments and tests. Frequent breaks, no more than 5 minutes in an hour. Small group, no more than 4 students for testing. Picture schedule, a daily routine. Read aloud all math word problems. Manipulative, such as a number line, number chart for math, blocks to separate sounds for reading, and an alphabet chart across the curriculum. For transportation-related services, she does not require special transportation. The child does not need transportation to and from services. Does the child need accommodations or modifications for transportation? No. For non-academic and extracurricular activities, Jane has the same opportunity to participate in extracurricular activities as her peers. At the current moment, the parent and the student have chosen not to participate in extracurricular activities. For general factors that the IEP team has considered, the strengths of the child. Yes. The concerns of the parents for the education of the child. Yes. The results of initial or most recent evaluations of the child. Yes. As appropriate, the results of performance on any state or district-wide assessments. Yes. The academic, developmental, and functional needs of the child. Yes. Regarding the third grade reading guarantee, is the child on track for reading? And she is not. On this section for least restrictive environment, does the child attend a school they would attend if not disabled? Yes, she does. Does the child receive all special education services with non-disabled peers? No. Delivery of specially designed instruction and related services was considered in the general education setting. Due to Jane's deficiencies in decoding, reading, and on-task social-emotional skills, the general education setting does not provide the opportunity to work in these goals effectively in the time provided. The team has discussed and agreed that Jane should provide with opportunities in a quiet environment for less distraction to provide direct, specifically designed instruction in the resource room setting. For statewide and district testing, is the child participating in alternate assessment for students with significant cognitive disabilities? No. Accessibility on district and statewide tests. Will the child participate in district-wide and statewide assessments with accommodations? Yes, she will. For the area of ELA, reading and writing, we will use the M-class assessment. Her accommodations will include extended time, frequent breaks, and small group testing. For mathematics, we will use MAP testing. She will receive extended time, frequent breaks, small group, manipulatives such as a number line, a number chart, and a read aloud. For statewide testing, she will, in the areas of ELA, reading and writing, will take the third grade Ohio State test. Her accommodations include extended time, frequent breaks, and small group testing. For mathematics, she will take the third grade Ohio State test. Her accommodations include extended time, small group, manipulatives such as a number line, number chart, and a read aloud. For the section on exemptions for the third grade reading guarantee, she is applicable. Does the child have a significant cognitive disability? No, she does not. If no, has the team considered all data, made the following decisions? Not to exempt the child from retention provisions, the third grade reading guarantee. And she is not yet under graduation or furthering her education after high school. Again, our meeting participants are parents, general education teachers, special education teachers, school administrator, psychologist, speech therapist, and again, the student did not attend the meeting. So if there are no additional questions, I would need the parent's signature on the IEP. I need the signature of the general education teachers, our district representative, which is our principal, and I will sign as the intervention specialist. And that is all. If there are no additional questions, I hope you have a good day and hope for Jane's success.